Hey there, gorgeous ones, and welcome to today's message. Today, I'm going to be chatting to you guys about basically just our human nature and sometimes how when we can hit rock bottom moments in our life, how, that's the time that actually we get some motivation and we get out there and maybe we seek support or seek guidance or we do something to change the circumstances of our lives. But sometimes it's like then we kind of inch back and we're out of that kind of rock bottom moment and then we lose that motivation, right? That motivation gets tied to pain, all right? And so I want to kind of talk about this topic with you guys today purely because it's just been coming up time and time again over this last week. I've had certain conversations both professionally and personally, and it's been this same theme. All right, and so I can't wait to get into this one with you guys today. And I can see the beautiful Alexandra and Charles coming here from Washington State. Awesome to have you guys, and can't wait to see you guys in Free to Be Me with V for our third session happening tomorrow. So before we dive into today's message, I will just shoot into that for a moment and just let you guys know, just as a reminder, that we are running these free Zoom calls once a week. They're called Free to Be Me with V, and basically what's happening in that hour and a half that we are on a Zoom call together, it's people from all parts of the globe. We're all coming into that session with this kind of desire to get to the next level, to break free of any sort of limitations that we've had going on, and to ultimately free yourself to be yourself, right? On all the levels, to go after and pursue what's meaningful to you, to make the changes and shifts that maybe are requiring a new level of courage and confidence for you to make your heartbeats matter and create the life that you ultimately want to live, and doing it with others, shoulder to shoulder. We're all supporting each other to break through and to get to the next level of our potential. And I roll in there and just kind of give you some fire and hopefully share a message that you can resonate with, and it will ultimately help you to kind of go, all right, now's the time, let's go. And also sometimes we just feel pretty lost in our lives, and it's an amazing time to, it's amazing space to just find yourself again, right? To just rub shoulders with some people who are not, sorry, I'm trying to multitask and it didn't work for me. So that's why you're hearing me again there. But so it's a great space to come in and find yourself again and to get to your next level. And our next one is our third one, and it's happening tomorrow. If you're listening to this message live or catching it pretty soon, hopefully you come and join us. It'll be happening at 6 a.m. my Aussie time, which is in the afternoons for a lot of you guys in the States, and I think evenings for you guys in Europe and the UK. So I hope that you can come and join us there. I'll put the link to join that free session in the comments after I record this one with you guys today. And all you have to do is register. It's all free. Come and join us. Come and join us live. Come and interact and come and rub shoulders with amazing other human beings from across the globe reaching for their potential. All right, let's get into today's message. So like I just mentioned, right, today's message is all about don't wait until you hit rock bottom to get motivated, right? And I'll talk into another little element of this, but what I mean by that is don't wait for pain to get so immense that it's the only reason you reach out to get support, or you are motivated to make a change in your life or any of that. Because if you use and depend on pain as a motivator in your life, what happens when you don't have pain in your life? You're not motivated, right? So you go back to just going through the motions of life, right? Your pain threshold often gets quite, high. It's like a lot has to happen for you to hit that rock bottom moment, for you to then get motivated to make some change in your life or seek support in the ways that you need. And then what happens is you start that journey from rock bottom, right? And it's so bad and you're so motivated. I just need change. I need help. I need support. I need to make a change. I need to do something, right? You're using that external pain as a motivating force in your life. But as you start to take those motivated steps, what happens? You don't have so much pain going on anymore, right? Things are, I'm not feeling as bad right now, right? I'm feeling a little bit better right now. And so what happens is if you're using pain and depending on pain as a motivator, the moment the pain starts to dissipate, you no longer have any motivation to make the required changes and do the inner work to actually reach for your potential and make your heartbeats matter in this life, right? And so I see this time and time again, right? As a coach, I'm always having people reach out to me at their breaking point, right? When they've reached rock bottom. And sometimes that's great, right? It's like a big wake up call, right? And it's like, okay, I'm done with this path. It's not working out for me, right? I'm ready for change. I'm invested. Let's go. But, like sometimes if you are coming at that place and you're not finding times to get or ways to get inspired to continue your growth outside of just pain being a motivator, then you end up basically just going, oh, you know what? Actually, I think I'm all right now. I did a little bit of work or maybe just, like some space and time has transpired and created some distance between myself and this old pain that I experienced. And so actually I'm all right. Don't worry about it, right? And what happens then, and we've all done it, so maybe you can find yourself, I know I can certainly find myself in this pattern, but maybe you can look at the timeline of your own history and see those pivotal points where you had this immense amount of pain and then you got motivated or whatever, and then it started to dissipate and you're like, oh, things are okay. Let me just enjoy life, right? Like, I don't need to worry about that anymore because it's gone. I don't even have to think about it. And then what happens is, you waste the high times, right? You waste the times when you're feeling much more grounded, you're feeling more congruent, and instead of now going, what a gift it is that I'm no longer in this state of absolute misery or pain or helplessness, and I've got a bit more energy to utilize consciously, instead of going, okay, I'm really grateful for this energy and this conscious ability that I have to now, instead of being so fearful and in pain and just unable to cope and overwhelmed, I'm like, actually, I've got a bit more of a clear head right now. I could actually channel my energy to looking back at that circumstance and looking at what's that pattern that I keep playing and how would I like my life to be, and how can I take this energy when I'm in a more relaxed, calm, centered place to actually envision what it is that I really want, rather than depending on pain to kick me in the butt and like force me into like, oh, I just desperately need some support or help or change and let's go. Instead, how can I actually just capitalize on my grounded state right now and be grateful for where I'm at and utilize this time and energy towards consciously designing and creating my life so that I no longer have to keep hitting the rock bottoms and then chasing the highs. All right. And so instead, what people oftentimes do is hit the rock bottom, make a small change, pain dissipates a bit, so they no longer have a motivation. They just go back to this mindless way of living, right? Until they hit rock bottom again, right? So my message to you guys today is to not wait until you hit rock bottom to get motivated. Don't get motivated by pain, right? And especially don't waste those high times, those times when you're much more centered and alive and you're not in those helpless, fearful states. Don't waste that time when you're more integrated and you're more able to consciously correct old patterns of behavior that lead you to rock bottom. Don't waste that energy and that time making your way back to rock bottom mindlessly, because that's what happens. That's the cycle. And my invitation to you is to find that pattern in your own history and in your own life, and to go, you know what? I no longer wish to have pain be my motivator because it never works out. it only works out for me and gets me into action when I reach rock bottom. And then as soon as the pain dissipates, because I'm making empowering changes, I'm just going to drop the ball again and go mindlessly on this, just living life, and then eventually hit another rock bottom until I have to go through that cycle again. Decide today that you're no longer going to be motivated by pain, and instead you're going to be inspired by a vision for your future that you consciously create. And let me just tell you now, through personal experience and over the, 11 years of coaching I've been doing in my business, believe me, that when you are motivated by pain, you won't stick it through. You have to shift towards a vision for your future. But hear me when I say this, it is extraordinarily difficult, if not impossible, to create an inspiring vision for your future when you're in a rock bottom state, or if you're in a dissociated state because you're not in so much pain and just put it to the back burner. You must be in a conscious, present state of mind that is able to look at the patterns of the past that lead you towards a rock bottom, and to consciously design an inspiring future that aligns with who it is that you actually are and what matters to you as an individual. All right? You have to be in a present centered state, not dissociated from pain, right? Not trying to skip over it and just forget about it all and then mindlessly end up in another rock bottom. All right. So my hope is that this message hits you in the heart and it gets you to just take a look at your own patterns with being motivated by pain and weigh that up with how much you are inspired towards a vision for the future that you're consciously creating from a centered, present state of being. All right, you won't find it if you're just relying on the pain of a rock bottom moment to motivate you into some sort of action. All right, and also check in with your relationship with dissociation from being able to really learn from the pain in your life. Maybe you're gathering a lot of pain, hurt moments over the years, and like me, and playing similar patterns to myself throughout my life. I dissociated completely. Our brain's amazing at keeping us in a survival state. And I just got on with it all of the time, right? And I just couldn't ever find myself with any pain from my past or any hurt or any kind of times I might have been a bit of a victim or whatever. I just completely dissociated from any of that. I couldn't identify with it. And it was a survival strategy to keep me going. But eventually it runs out of how much benefit it's adding to your life. And you keep hitting a ceiling where maybe life is okay, but you just know there's so much more in you to live and love and give, right? And so you've got to be able to also keep your finger on the pulse of your capacity to dissociate and play this kind of perpetual positivity. And no, nothing's ever wrong, right? You're not really facing the reality of your shadow aspects that are perpetuating a cycle in your life of rock bottoms and highs and rock bottoms and highs, and really not getting you towards what it is that your potential is as an individual, the gifts you have to give, and all the beauty that you have to live. All right. And so I hope that hits you in the heart somehow. And I am just wanting to be very grateful to each and every one of you guys for joining me in this live today. I'll say a quick hi. Make sure you always drop me some comments and questions and words of wisdom on this topic that you have to share. Love, love, love making this a co-creative space. And if you want to get extra co-creative in this space, then I definitely invite you to come and join us in the third ever Free to Be Me session with V. It's an empowerment call, a global call. There's going to be a group of us from all across the globe joining together on a Zoom. It's all free. It's happening tomorrow. If you want to know when that's happening in your time zone, all you have to do is click on the link in the comments that I'll be dropping. And if you're free to join us for either tomorrow's session or one of our upcoming weekly sessions, all you have to do is register. All right. And you'll be sent reminders and all that stuff, and you can come and join us on Zoom. All right. So quick hello to, of course, the beautiful Alexandria, the amazing Charles, and Shahira and Sharon and Johnny, awesome, and some hashtag wisdom from Alexandria. Love that. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me live. If this has been a valuable message for you, please do share it with any of your loved ones. I'd be forever grateful for that, and I hope to see you in one of our Free to Be Me sessions starting, next one's tomorrow, every week happening. Hope to meet you there. And as always, my reminder to you is to go out there and live fully, to love deeply and contribute your gifts meaningfully and gain your fulfillment. All right, that's it from me. So much love, and I will see you guys very soon. Mwah.